Welcome back, welcome back.
The exclusion of the middle class Negroes from participation in general life of the American community has affected their entire outlook on life. Now, what exclusion is he talking about? He's talking about not being accepted by whites, which he describes as one of the primary aims of this black middle class group. And wanting to be accepted socially by whites, it has its roots in this inferiority complex that was developed during slavery. So let's continue. It has meant that whites did not take Negroes seriously, that whites did not regard the activities of Negroes as of any real consequence in American life. It has tended to encourage a spirit of irresponsibility or an attitude of play or make believe among them. And in life, it has tended to encourage a spirit of irresponsibility or an attitude of play or make believe among them. And in this book, Dr. Frazier talks about this group exaggerating their wealth to make it seem like they were doing financially better than what they were actually doing. And that their business, their profession, and their education was not something that they took actually seriously, right? This was part of that financially better than what they were actually doing. And that their business, their profession, and their education was not something that they took actually seriously. Responsibility or an attitude of play or make believe among them. And in this book, Dr. Frazier talks about this group exaggerating their wealth to make it seem like they were doing financially better than what they were actually doing. And that their business, their profession, and their education was not something that they took actually seriously, right? This was part of that make-believe world that they had created. Now let's go over to page 207 and let's talk about this play attitude. As a consequence of the prestige of society, many Negro professional men and women take more seriously their recreation than their professions. Once, the writer heard a Negro doctor who was prominent socially say that he would rather lose a patient than have his favorite baseball team lose a game. This was an extreme expression of the relative value of professional work and recreation among the black bourgeoisie. At the same time, it is indicative of the value which many Negro professional men and women, including college professors, place upon sports. Here we go with the sports. Now remember, this was written in the 1950s, where we're seeing an account where Dr. Frazier is explaining that these professional blacks were already placing a higher value on sports than their actual profession. Let's continue. Except when they are talking within their narrow field of their professions, their conversations are generally limited to sports, baseball and football. And if he were writing this today, he would have added basketball to this list as well. Let's continue. Conversations are generally limited to sports, baseball and football. And if he were writing this today, he would have added basketball to this list as well. Let's continue. They follow religiously the scores of the various teams and the achievements of all the players. For hours, they listen to the radio accounts of sports and watch baseball and football games on television. They became learned in the comments of sports writers. And I remember in the Marine Corps, I knew multiple guys who had it's what it seemed like to know all the stats on multiple players, like in the NFL and in the NBA, right? They could tell you what team they were on, what team won the Super Bowl, who won the NBA championship, what year they won it.
What do all these alpha males tell you to do? What do they say? Get your money, work out, and we watch sports and we chill and we getting the bitches and that. Yeah, the same shit niggas is doing since the 40s, dog. You niggas never changed up. You're what our women are supposed to look at and be like, yeah, we want men like you because, you're alphas and you're about your business and you're going to teach my son to do exactly what you're doing. The same thing that you're going to keep our kids' brains locked on absolutely nothing. So even if they do achieve to become something, they're never going to excel in it because they're too busy fucking around. They're too busy worrying about LeBron James and them. I bet half of you I'm cool suave guy. I bet you can name every single stat of every your favorite teams and all that. But I guarantee you, you don't know nothing about the Bible, but you're tell a woman, I'm traditional. The Bible says. The Bible says put them fucking sports down, and you need to know about Levi and Jacob and them. Do you know their stats?
Which college they went to, what stats they had in college. I mean, it seemed like they knew the full thing. Who coached which team, how many years, I mean, the full thing. And at this point, I had all.
I need an alpha so I can cook him dinner and he can watch his sports and we can live, we can, I wonder why you be getting divorced. Oh, because that fake ass alpha, corny ass life is corny and it's only catered around you and doing absolutely fucking exactly what dudes are doing in the 1930s. Dog, we're in 2024. Like, you just better step your reality up. Because no matter how many times you convince women to come back to you guys, that whole thing is why they leave. It's the same thing as being the corny guy that don't learn how to build his body and not alpha up. No, just be a man and build up your body. Learn some smart things. Be more manly and less fucking feminine with your decision making. And that's it. You guys are the worst. Like, yous are so easy to see through, and the kids are starting to see through it. It's the women that can't see through yous yet because of your hunky bodies and all of that fucking. I get it though, you know? But those days are almost over.
Already stopped watching sports to any significant degree. So I wasn't up to the latest information, but it was fascinating just how much time and effort that they had spent to accumulate this knowledge, right? Because even when I did watch sports more frequently, I wasn't nearly as knowledgeable as these guys were, right? I played basketball for my high school team, right? And I knew enough to have surface level conversations about what was going on, right? And after.
Exactly. All yous are is Al Bundy, but he still in shape. That's all yous are. Yous are a bunch of failed fucking sports guys and failed rappers and failed this and that. And you knew that was never going to work. And you realized if I just act cocky like I used to, I still can get chicks. I just got to act, I got to punk a bunch of other dudes and make myself look cool and talk about things and act like I'm elegant and all. Listen, dog, you ain't gonna do nothing but soup chicks up. You're gonna get them drunk, hit them with a couple lines, and you're not gonna talk to these women about nothing. You don't care about nothing, and you're a 1940s alpha. You're a gorilla. It's about it. That's why when I watch you guys show and anyone challenges any of y'all knowledge and anything, the first thing you could tell a fake alpha from is he's always going to want to fight to prove his point. He's going to stir the conversation so he can insult each other so he can say, come see me one-on-one. I'll show you I'm a bigger man than you. Because the only way you can prove you're a man is to act like a wild beast and fight each other. That's the only way. But that's why I believe in the days of the duel. You get a gun, and I get a gun, and we sign that waiver, and someone's going bye-bye. See, that's the old way. That let's get in the fucking ring, and you're bigger than me, and been boxing for 12 years, so you fucking, and you used to be a fucking football player. Nah. We even it out. You know? Make it even. Kendo sticks and shit, you know? Shit like that. Days of Levi. But we're not in those days. And like I just said, brute force does not prove you're an alpha. Because, that's just surface level shit. You're supposed to be a man and all this other stuff, remember? You're supposed to be all intelligent and, half of you dudes, the first thing you lead with to impress women is beat other men up. Flex your muscles. And then try to punk somebody during a conversation so you can lead to fighting and you can say, little ass nigga, I'll beat your ass. And you're not really slick. You're not tough. You're not fucking, you're not smooth. You're not none of that. You got a little bit of game. You got some nice cologne. You got put on. You didn't actually earn your jobs and shit. Nah, you knew dudes. You knew dudes since high school. You used to be cool with. You got them some chicks. You know, back when you was a drug dealer, you used to fucking hook certain people up. We know about you fake ass dudes. Half of you dudes are not even really hard workers. Half of you dudes are fucking ex-drug dealing jocks. Get out of here with that.
High school, I pretty much lost most of my interest in sports. The only thing that I may watch today is a few highlights from boxing or MMA, and that's about it.
Exactly.
Right? But if you were to ask me today who won the Super Bowl or the NBA championship this year, last year, or the year before, or whenever, I would be absolutely clueless. And if you ask me about which player plays on which team today, I would be just as clueless, right? Because I don't have a desire to stay informed on that subject.
Because that shit, it don't matter. None of that shit is gonna do anything. You see, your brain can only hold so much knowledge. And while you know all the knowledge of those men, which is actually like really weird that you know more men and you know more about men, you feel comfortable knowing the stats and everything about a man, but you don't know your fucking wife's stats like that. You don't, your son can ask you, what was my last highest grades? Do you know? Your son can ask you, where was my favorite birthday party at? Or some, you know, your wife can ask you, shit, they ask you, what's the fucking day we got together, the anniversary? I can't even remember that. But you remember when LeBron won his championship. You remember the day Michael Jordan won his fucking defense trophy award of the year. I bet your ass know that. But you love your wife. You love the Lord. You don't even know nothing about the Bible. You can't recite fucking shit. And nobody's talking about reciting numbers. Oh, page 67. Do you know the law? Do you know the stories? Can you repeat the stories? Can you say, I went through this type of stuff and so I can say, yeah, these values are real because I actually lived them? No, you can't. You just mock by saying, do the right thing, and Jesus said to do this when it really was Levi. Jesus said do that when it really was the Most High. Well, this person said do this, and did it, and you just be making shit up. The days of that false alpha is almost over. Now, I'm not hating on all alphas, you know. A real alpha male's not a hater. A real alpha male doesn't shit on beta males and steal from them and make them feel bad and all these other things y'all do and try to build little alpha clubs. Real alphas are grown men that understand that you're a beta as a boy, and if you didn't have a father, of course you're going to have beta tendencies. So you have to work that out, or you have to learn to deal with it and grow in your own unique way. Oh yeah, I forgot there's things called gamma and sigma and all these other things that people are, and it shouldn't be disrespected. Like, oh, you're just weak, you're a weak man. You can only be a beta because you don't want to get muscles and you don't want to, it's a joke. Yous sound worse than the women. If most men cannot automatically, due to the nature of reality, change their height because that's the way my father designed them, then that means every man's not going to be a bodybuilder. Every man's not going to ever get that in their mind where I'm going to hit the gym every day. No, that's not what he got designed for. You got designed to do that. I got designed to be this little skinny guy that can have cuts and look like he works out, but he doesn't, and you can't. You have to work out to get what I have. And yous are mad about that. You gotta go to the gym and beat yourself to death every day. And then regardless of it, it's sick because half you alpha fake guys with your steroids and all your other fucking bullshit that yous are taking Soon as you're 40, 50 and stop working out, you're the worst looking men ever. You're the fucking pot belly guy with the big ass, weird ass head and the overinflated body. Like, you're not gonna win in the end. Why? Because men don't work out all the time, and it's just gonna get harder and harder. You're gonna hurt your back trying to look like that all the time. You're gonna hurt your legs. You're making yourself age faster and don't even realize it. So you're gonna have your day. Don't worry, alpha buddies. And your fucking fake supplements and your all this weirdo shit you guys are taking and telling people to take. It's like, yo, dog, stop it. Let some people be themselves. Let some of the heavy set girls be thick. Let some of the fat boys be fat, you know? If they want to be unhealthy, that's on them anyway. But every person's not supposed to be a hunkin' fucking Hercules, and every woman's not supposed to be Xena the warrior princess that's super feminine. You know? Some people are supposed to be whatever they are, healthy. I give you guys that. We got to get healthy. All right. I can't take that away. You know why? Because I seen a fat guy do ninja flips that you guys can't do. And you work out and you're doing all that. You'll try to backflip and land on your fucking neck and kill yourself. This fucking 280-pound man I watched flip around, do twirling ninja flips. And I can't do it. So don't just skip me with all of that, skip me with what y'all think is healthy. You know? The shaming and all these tactics of using health, and because you naturally have an athletic body because your father was a fucking wrestler or your father was in the military and you have that advantage in your DNA because you're two generations of soldiers or gangsters, and other people had farmers and plumbers and dudes that are regular. None of you talk to these people about that and say, yeah, your DNA has been men that have never, ever, been physical. Your mother slept with a man that was not an athlete, so why the fuck would you turn into an athlete if your father was a plumber, his father was a plumber, and none of them worked out? All of them, their job is what was their workout. That's why they, will have that grip that when they grab your head and bust your head like a grape, they don't need to work out. Their job makes them strong, They have them grip. They got them vice grip hands. Squeeze a grape. Squeeze your eyeball out of your head. Like, you know what I mean? And women used to respect and love all of us. The alpha strong guys used to get the most and the baddies, Just like the bad chick. She always gets the rich guys and the most handsome guys. But all the rest of the people, all of us average and whatever quirks we have, we used to date each other. We used to love each other. And now the world convinced everybody we're weirdos or we're lazies and we're this and that. And no, some of us are just unhealthy, and you don't need to be any super health-wise. You don't need to be, you don't need to be a health nut. I see health nuts go on the floor every other day. So, that ain't saving you. When my father calls you home, you're going home. And then that's it. That's another thing that has me laughing about life. Like, everybody, you can, listen, I don't know if you don't need to, believe in God. You need to look around at other people, That's what I base my life off more than anything else. Besides the Bible or something, I base my life off the truths that I see in life. I've watched people go their whole life, build all these things up, and then, go bye-bye from going on vacation. I've seen people be super health nuts and have a heart attack. I've seen people smoke from their 14 and they made it to 80 smoking, and other people can't make it to 30. You get it? This world is strange. There's no guarantees, which I'm not saying smoke or nothing or do anything bad to yourself because you have a better chance of living. But I've seen everything weird in this world like that, where it's like
there ain't no guarantees, dog. And just because you build your body up and all of this or whatever, that shit don't guarantee chicks is gonna like you. You can't change your face. You can't change your face, and you can't change your vibration on who you truly are. You can raise it up or whatever, whatever. There are just natural things that, you know, a woman is gonna like who she likes, just like a man's gonna like who he like. And sometimes that varies. It doesn't always have to be, you know, what the world says is the best. Like if I was with a woman or whatnot, not use that example. I have gotten with women where, you know, they look good and they were at their best, and I've gotten with women that were not at their best because the simple fact of the personality and how they actually are as a person. And most of the alpha cornballs, after they run through all the girls with bodies and all of this, that's who they choose in the end anyway. The one that likes them more, and she may have a hot body and she's cute, but she's not going to be what they've been sleeping with the whole time. And they could have been got a chick like that really long time ago, but you're nasty dogs, you're scumbags, you're running around sleeping with everybody else's girlfriend and everybody else's future wife, and then laughing at us and saying, well, your girl took mad dicks. Yeah, because the niggas like you, if you were to just get your fucking wife in the beginning of your life like your dusty ass is supposed to, and stop running around making more whores, well, when I go to choose a woman, she wouldn't have all these bodies now, would she? You dudes always trying to blame all the men like it ain't yous doing it. Like it ain't like, oh, a woman gets to open her legs. Dog, stop acting like y'all don't trick them and with the I love you and here, take this, here, smoke this, here, drink this, and I'm gonna be with you, and I'm gonna use her liars, use her wizards, use her magicians. What the fuck are you talking about? Half of you pretend you're gonna be with them. Majority of women that give it up the first time, they thought they was gonna be with that dude. And he does her dirty and leaves it to the wayside, and then she doesn't think sex is anything anymore. So she just, you know, so stop it with half of yous. Half of yous are making these women like this because yous are disgusting. Disgusting. You was taught to be disgusting when you was a little ass kid. Remember your uncle or your daddy told you get as much as you can before you get married? What sense does that make? Make other women have sex with you before, you know, you go wow out, and then when you want to get married, yeah, you just pick one of them. But you dumb fucks didn't realize if all men are doing this, then when you go to pick from your town, all the girls in the town, all of you slept with them already, dummies. Yeah, I don't think about that. Oh yeah, I forgot you alpha male dudes, you eventually move away from where you are. Your whole plan is to go somewhere else. But you're realizing now, oh yeah, it caught on and it's everywhere. So who's really the problem? Who's the problem? Because men lead everything, remember? If you put your dick up and stop slutting all these girls out, they cannot be sluts. They can't do it. They need you to do it. They need you to want to do it. You get it? And that's all it is. And then with the ones that want to do it, the only reason majority women follow them is because the alphas are giving them their money. They don't deal with the brokies, remember? They're not dealing with the uglies and all the. So who's really keeping the whore thing going? Yous pay for it or you seduce and lie to them. Yous are the problem. Yous are the ones with the money, remember? Yous are the ones with the charisma, remember? You're the one they're always around, remember? So yous are the problem. All love, all praise to my daddy, the Most High.